Woohoo Island is making its grand return after 8 years of absence. The island's last appearance was on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but its main appearance was on Wii Sports Resort back in 2009. As a Wii Sports Resort enjoyer, this has got me extremely excited. Excited enough that it has me going back and looking through old Wii Sports Resort trailers. And this led me down pretty big rabbit hole on how they marketed the game and how they made a big mistake in the making. Welcome to the trailer series. This is a series where we take a look back on old video game trailers and see like how much has changed in that time, and also to feel terrible about how old we've gotten. I had to bust out the complete field guide to Wii Play Fish Species t-shirt for this video. So I found myself watching old Wii Sports Resort trailers. My main reason was I wanted to see how much the island had changed since its release in 2009. Most of them were fairly standard Wii Sports trailers. It would show, you know, the whole family playing the game, the granny, the granddad, the dog, whole family just playing Wii Sports in their living room. Or the other one where it has athletes performing the sport with the Wii remote. But then I found one that caught my eye. At the beginning it looks like your typical Wii promo. They're just showing off the sports and, you know, what you can do in the game, etc. The family all together playing the game, you know, you've got your granny involved, like they did that with every Wii Sports trailer. But then this popped up at the end.
Anything else on Wii? Escape to reality with Wii Sports Resort.
Escape to reality. Why would something like that be on a Wii Sports Resort advert? At first viewing, you probably wouldn't take any notice of it. You might think, yeah, it means escaping reality like every video game does. But then you look at it again and you're like, no, actually, this is the complete opposite. This is escape to reality, not escaping reality. So what does this mean? It's quite confusing, actually. First of all, I wanted to know what it meant on a deeper level, because if I don't know it, then I can't look at it in this situation. If you look it up on Google or whatever, what you will notice is a lot of articles just auto-corrected to escape reality, not escape to reality. That's the most important part, is the two, which, you know, obviously is a huge talking point in video games and like addiction and numbing your feelings and stuff like that. That's a huge topic, but that's not what we're looking for. When you find articles on escaping to reality, you'll find a few on like religious experiences, a few movies like the Truman Show, The Matrix. But the religious one is interesting because it gives you an insight into what it means. People are often trapped in a fantasy of guilt, stress, uncomfortableness, you know, life in general, and that finding a spiritual grace or presence is actually an escape back to reality. Basically saying, oh, this is how you should live your life, you know, classic religious stuff. A better example would be The Truman Show, as I said, where Truman spends his whole life in a reality TV show not even knowing. Eventually he escapes reality by leaving the show and going back out into the real world. At its core, it's a paradox, and yes, I had to look that up. I didn't know what it meant, but that's exactly what it is, where the phrase completely contradicts itself. We are already living in reality. How could we ever escape it if, you know, we're already in it? Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of the basis of it. After hearing all of that, I still ask the question, why is this on a Wii Sports Resort advertisement? Because the whole thing in this scenario makes no sense. It's even funny, if you watch the beginning of the ad, it goes down the road of, imagine a beautiful place, a beautiful paradise where you can go, blah, blah, blah.
Imagine a beautiful tropical island where the sun always shines and there's always plenty to do. There is such a place. Wii Sports Resort.
That's the complete opposite of the slogan they're showing. The funny thing is, it's only on one or two ads. It's not on the whole thing. If you look back at all the ads, all the trailers, it only comes up once or twice. And then the rest of the trailers, it's never shown again. If we take a look at this one, there's nothing. And if we take a look at this one, there's nothing. Same thing here. There's absolutely nothing. Then you have this one ad where it says it and gives absolutely no context whatsoever.
Escape to reality with Wii Sports Resort.
Why? Why is it on some ads and not all of them? It looks like a tagline, so it should be everywhere. After doing a bit more digging, you'll come to realize that these were the first ads that kind of come out about Wii Sports Resort. The ones with the athletes came out later. So it was a tagline that was scrapped after only 1 or 2 uses. So my guess was the slogan probably had a deeper meaning that, you know, no one cared enough to kind of look into, you know what I mean? And then got rid of it. To figure this out, we need to understand the quote in this situation. After looking through more ads, I eventually found something interesting.
Wii Sports Resort. Escape to reality with the new precision of Wii Motion Plus. Rated E for everyone.
Now, this one is good because it has escape to reality with the Wii Motion Plus. So now after looking at that, we can identify that the slogan wasn't for Wii Sports Resort. It was for the Wii Motion Plus. For anyone who doesn't know, here's the wiki description of the Wii Motion Plus. The device allows more complex motion to be interpreted than the Wii remote can do alone. That's it. It's just a better motion sensor. That's literally all it is. Okay, cool. Now we know what the slogan was used for. But what does it mean? Here is how I interpret it with the information we have. The reality is us, the people. We use the Wii Motion Plus as the controller, basically meaning that we ourselves are the controller because you use your hands as the controller itself, the reality. So the escape to reality means escaping from the traditional way of playing video games. Sitting at a desk with an analog controller, staring at a screen, that is escaping reality. But with Wii Sports Resort, you yourself are the controller, so it's technically reality. Escape to reality, if you get me. Another layer to it, if you want to delve deeper into it, could be you as the controller brings playing games back to being very simplistic, like it was when you were a kid playing hide and seek or something like that. Nowadays, video games is quite confusing and can be quite complicated. This brings it back to a more simplistic level. That's my way of thinking of it anyway. You could probably interpret it in many other ways. Like, I can see what they were trying to do, but being honest, it's just too complicated. It makes no sense at first glance. But that's my meaning behind the slogan. But like, why did they scrap it? There's a couple of reasons, I think, anyway. First, as I said, it's just way too complicated. Even though I have a tech job and a tech background, I still have no idea what they were marketing. If I just saw the ad, I'd have no clue. At the end of the day, they were just trying to market a motion sensor, a brand new motion sensor. That's all it was. But it was just too much. Like, Nintendo's whole shtick is that everyone can pick up and play this game. Your granny can pick up this game. You know, if you look back at the ads, it's all granny, granddad, brother, sister, mom and dad, the dog. You can all play this game. You don't need any experience with video games. Like, Nintendo know they're not as powerful as PlayStation 5 or the Xbox, so they have to go down a different route. The route being making the games accessible to everyone, just like the ad shows. You'll never see your granny playing fucking Silent Hill or Halo or something like that, do you know what I mean? It's family fun, not techie. And I feel like this slogan was very, very techie. When you delve deep into it, yeah, you can see where they were going, but like, your granny doesn't give a shit about escaping to reality. She just hand her the Wii remote and then off she goes, you know what I mean? Like, she can barely tell the difference between an actual TV remote and a Wii remote in the first place. So that was my trailer analysis, I suppose, of Wii Sports Resort. I found this topic quite interesting because I watched the ad and it left me feeling very, very confused. But I'm glad now, after doing my research, that I think my feelings were justified. Unless you were like me, who like looked at it deeply. Like, no one was ever going to really realize what that meant unless they looked into it deeply, which they were never going to, because this game is a very simplistic game that everyone can pick up. You know? Yeah, the Wii Motion Plus is great. It was a great technological jump, but no one cares. Like, they just want to have it and then use it and then be able to see the game play better. They don't care about the technology, and I think that's what they were going down. But like, obviously, like, it was a little blunder. That's literally all it was. Like, the whole, obviously the game sold over 33 million copies or something like that. Of course it went well. They stuck with the everyone can play this game approach. They had a Wii Sports Resort event in Times Square. By the way, I'm gonna find that t-shirt. Like, that's such a funny freaking t-shirt that this mom has on her, and it works so well. As I said, you can't argue with the numbers. Yeah, and really, I hope Nintendo Switch Sports Resort is as good as the original. That would be fantastic. Keep playing games, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe. Slán leat.